$1,200 may sound a lot, but when you're out there, in the middle class, working class, work every day and, like most of America nowadays, live check to check, and hope you make it from check to check. $1,200, I mean, that's not even going to cover, my automobile and gold link payments every month.
Gold Link Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs.
Everybody's giving great answers. Great answers. I've learned a couple of things. We as a country, we as people, we dropped the ball. We were not prepared. We should have been prepared. We're greedy. We're stingy. We're hard-headed. We're too competitive. That's what drives me crazy. We're so competitive. We're so like, no, because you're on this side, or no, because you're on that side. I'll say this again, and I said it earlier. This is a humanity thing. This is humanity. And people say, how could God let this happen? He let it happen because he's trying to tell us something. And we just got to climb through the weeds and figure this out on our own because we are greedy. We're not nice to one another. We should be loving each other. And during this time, we need to help each other out, regardless of what side you're on, your political affiliation, because that don't mean nothing. It don't mean a thing. There's too many people dying and they're being buried with no special home going or nothing. People can't even be by their loved ones in certain cities. I know that for a fact because I got family in New York and I got friends that live there. And it's sad, man. It is so sad because we should have been prepared. We got the warning and we didn't. And having said all of that, we know what we need to do and we got to come together. We got to come together. So that's what I've learned from this. We got to come together.
I think a lot of people have come together because I feel like most of my life our leaders are not very trustworthy no matter who they are. And people realize that pretty early on, and that's why you see people out here just in the neighborhoods and in the towns and stuff, they just go out and help each other because you can't count on the higher ups to do it for you. And you can't sit back on that or just somebody trying to start out on their own and they're living in an apartment that's $250, $300 a month rent. Man, that's like getting $1 million to them. Yeah. Now they can pay their rent, they can buy food. Right. They might not have a car. They may have to take the bus everywhere they go or, whatever. But, for people like, that are, I think, a lot less fortunate than most of us.
Right.
That $1,200 is everything. But then you've got some folks that are, a little higher than that need help. And that $1,200 really ain't going to do a whole lot. It's there. And thank you for it. Wait on them to do anything. I mean, that $1,200 helped a lot of folks out. I mean, there's people out there that $1,200 is everything. Some $1,200 ain't nothing. It won't even pay part of your house note. But you a single mom or single. But as far as counting on politics, no matter who they are, that's a hard thing to do.
And see, that was my point I was making about the $1,200 is that, I think they should give you, I think it should be at least $2,500 for every $25,000 a year you make. And then if you make over a certain amount, you don't even qualify for that. So,
like Mark was saying.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But the question was raised, what have we learned from this? I'm going to read a quick Bible verse, and then I would like to go to the phone lines and see if any of the viewers would like to, comment on this video feed. 2 Chronicles 7:14 said, if my people, which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways,
Amen.
then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sins and I will heal their land. And that was 2 Chronicles 7:14. I think that the way of this world has gone, it's, do what makes you feel good. You got people, men sleeping with men, and you got people sleeping with animals. And I think God he's tired. I think he's tired. He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, wiped it off the map. You can't even find the place. I think he's tired of a lot of the sins that's going on in the world. And I think he's fed up. And I think until people start praying and start asking for forgiveness and again turn from their wicked ways, he will hear from heaven and he will forgive their sins, and then he will heal the land.
Amen, Chris.
And we're doing it live here on this live video feed. I know a lot of people are tuning in that are watching this live feed. If any of you would like to comment about anything that we talked about here, the phone line is wide open. 901-468-9032 is the number. If any of you would like to call in and comment. A lot of you have received your stimulus checks. They've been sending them out this week. It's to my understanding, if you filed your taxes last year or this year and you use direct deposit, that you will be getting your direct deposit any day now if you qualify for it. If you mailed it out, then I think they said it's going to be sometime in May before you actually receive the stimulus or the Corona stimulus check. So just depending on how you filed it, whether you went electronic or mailed it, and if you even qualify for it. So a lot of people are looking forward to it and they're getting their money, and they're going to be able to go and buy some food and pay their car notes. And that's a good start. But it's going to take a lot more to keep people going.
I didn't know, and I've learned here in this short period of time that there's a lot of people in this country that actually live check to check, week to week.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that's something that I didn't think about, because I guess I'm kind of blessed to be able to save up and pay up and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people that live week to week. So that goes back to some of these corporations underpaying people, and their CEOs are walking away with millions and millions of dollars.
Yep.
Every year, bonus money. And when they separate from the country, they get even more millions. And then you got people that's living week to week. I mean, that's bad. That's something that's got to change right then and there. I don't know how you change it, but it's got to change. You got people living week to week. That's unheard of.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, as rich as this country is, nobody should be homeless. Nobody should be suffering. Nobody should be, trying to figure out where they're going to get their next meal and where they're going to sleep tonight. They give so much money away to different countries that, nobody should be hurting for health insurance. I don't get it, but the rich is getting richer and the middle class is paying for it. And as the Bible say, the poor you would have with you always.
I just got a news flash from ABC 7 in LA that said that 80 million people who did their taxes last year but didn't have a bank account to deposit them in, their checks, some of those checks are being routed to their tax preparer's office.
Wow.
You said 80 million?
Something like that. Yeah, let me see.
Wow.
I just got it right now. It originates from a lady out here in Orange County, California. And it was, like 80 million.
And Motor Mark, what platform or website you reading this from?
It was on ABC. It was a news flash that I got from ABC 7 LA.
Wow.
And that don't make sense.
And they contacted H&R Block to find out where their check was, and H&R Block said we didn't get it.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if that's true, Mark. I don't.
So
because if you file this year, I've listened to some of the experts. They say if you file this year, if you didn't file electronic, like Chris was saying, that your check would be mailed. You know, if you did file electronically, it's going to be deposited insurance. That's why a few people, a few of my friends have already got their check, but I haven't heard that. Doesn't make it not. It don't mean it's not true though. But that's why we have to be able to sift through what's real, what's reality in some of the fake news, because everything that we see on the news is just not.
It's a lot of fake news going on.
So here, and when I look at these things, I give it its due concern, but this is from Channel 7, which is it's a network, major network across the country, and this is what it says: there's a storm surrounding stimulus checks as millions of taxpayers are learning that their payments will not be direct, but routed to the businesses that prepared their last tax return. And they referred to a lady from Huntington Beach, California, that was one of those people, and she contacted H&R Block, the office where she got her taxes done, and they said, "We don't have your check." And so now there's that on top of you have this hope that you're going to get some money, and then it doesn't go to your house; it goes to your tax preparer.
Stand by. I want to take a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're live with Caliente. Go ahead.
Hi. Hello, Chris. How are you? It's my first time calling.
Hey, what's going on? What's your name?
Corey Wells. I live down here in West Texas.
Corey Wells in Texas?
Yes, sir.
What's on your mind, Corey?
I just started watching your video about all this stimulus check going on, and first of all, I just want to say I hope everybody's staying safe out there in the world with everything that's going on nowadays. And I know a lot of people are, as y'all were saying, they're out of work or, getting laid off and stuff like that, especially down here in West Texas with this oil slowing down. I have been real lucky in the job that I'm in to, be able to keep working, and was one of the lucky ones to be considered an essential worker. Even though I'm still, out there working and stuff, it's even tough for us. I could only imagine having to be at home all the time, like, a lot of America right now with everything that's going on. I just want to say that, I'm blessed, and I'm glad people are starting to see things that's going on out there these days.
Let me ask you something, Corey. How long you been watching my videos?
I was watching them there for a good while, and then where I work down here, sometimes I don't have a real good signal to be able to catch a lot of things, so I miss a lot of things. And I just happened to see that you were live tonight, and I started watching it. It's probably been about a month or so since I've seen a video. Okay.
Do you think that the $1,200 stimulus payment, do you think that's going to make a big impact in a person's situation?
Oh no. Oh no. I mean, me personally, it's me, my wife, and we have four growing boys. And $1,200 may sound a lot, but when you're out there, in the middle class, working class, work every day, and, like most of America nowadays, live check to check, and hope you make it from check to check. $1,200, that's not even going to cover, my automobile and Goldling payments every month.
Right.
That's not even going to cover them. And, and then you got all your other bills to keep your household going, and, you got interest on everything you pay. And there's no way that America could live on $1,200 like that. There's no way, especially down here. Like, so I live in West Texas, right in the heart of oil country, where, it's very, very expensive to live over here. And $1,200, it won't even get you a 1-bedroom apartment down here.
Right. Let me ask you this question, Corey. Do you think that the president should open this country up by May 1st? Do you think that that's too soon, or do you think that we should give it more time?
Open it up as how? What do you mean? Like let people start going back out there and working and earning a living again, or open it up to trading to other nations coming back in?
Well, not nations coming in, but because you got a lot of people that's out of work right now. Barbers, people that do nails. They said non-essential businesses are closed. So, I mean, what do you do? Do you keep those people out of work to try to keep down the spread of this virus? Or do you go ahead? Do you go ahead and open this thing up? Do you open it up and keep the money flowing and just have everybody put on a mask? Do you think that opening it up by May 1st is too soon?
No, I really don't. Because if you think about it, I don't know about everywhere else. Any other states. I hear about them, but like down here in Texas, you still got your convenience stores open. You got people that still get paid by a paper check that can go cash on. You can still get fuel. You can still go to the stores. And get your groceries and essentials. I mean, and at least down here, our statistics, the ratings they're not increasing by that stuff being open, but they're also not decreasing real fast. So I mean, me personally, I wouldn't see a problem with it as long as you get everybody to abide by the 6-foot rule. Like a lot of stores down here, they have markings in the store where 6 foot or so apart from each other. When you're waiting in line. And all our convenience stores have plexiglass between you and the cashier now. So I mean, they're trying, and if I believe they should let small business owners and people that are shut down right now, give them a shot to do that too. And as long as they abide by what needs to happen to stop the spread of it, well then I don't see no problem in it, because they're human just like other people, essential workers that are working. They need to make a living too.
Corey, I totally agree with you. I honestly do. I think that all workers are essential. I think that the person that's unloading the truck is just as important as the person that's managing the store. I think that the garbage man. I think that all businesses are essential.
I 100% agree with you.
So I think we all have to work together, but unfortunately, it's not labeled that way. If you're an EMS, they consider that an essential business. If how is the post office open? You can go into the post office and mail your packages, but you can't.
Exactly.
Right, but
you can go to McDonald's and go to the drive-thru and still get a hamburger. I mean, that's still contact between person to person, because
right.
That the employee inside the window is still handling your food. So what's the difference between, somebody handling your food like that and, business that are shut down, handle other things? As long as they take precautions, there shouldn't be no problem.
Yeah. I mean, what about the person that's fixing your food? What if they got the virus?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, so, I would like to see them open things up. I think people can put on a mask and protect themselves, but I just think we need to get this money flowing. That's just my personal opinion. I guess that's why I'm on the outside looking in, and it's easy for me to say that because I'm not in that position. It's different when you're responsible for people and when you're responsible for yourself. So, exactly. I agree with you, Corey. I think they need to open it up. I think all workers are essential, and I think that people need to just put on a mask. If you're afraid, don't put your fear off on me. Exactly. I mean, we have a problem we're dealing with. I'm not saying that, we shouldn't make light of it, but if you're afraid, put a mask on.
Exactly.
But I just think we need to keep the country going.
Up, my dad has always taught me, not to be scared of anything. And there's actually been a couple incidents lately that, I went through, personal one. I have an older sister that lives up in Montana, and she is a trauma nurse. So of course she's working every day. Well, she called me last week, and broke the news to me that, she started getting all the symptoms of the COVID virus, this and that. And she was thinking that, oh, I just got a common cold, and everything. Well, she got tested. And, those 3-4 days before that test result came back, her being in Montana, me being in Texas, it was very stressful. Thank the Lord that they came back negative, and then just, last Saturday, it's a little off the subject, but last Saturday, my wife's cousin, his best friend that he always rode his bike with, they don't know exactly what happened or anything. If he had, had a heart attack, stroke, or something while he was out riding his bike last Saturday, was, going around a nice scenic curve here in Texas, and all of a sudden just stood his bike straight up and went in the bar ditch, and he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that, I tell a lot of people that, I understand to be concerned, and I understand, that everybody's gonna be afraid at one point in their life, but you never know. You never know. Tomorrow's never promised to us. 5 minutes from now is never promised to us, so don't let, I understand he's the president and all that, but don't let somebody control your fear like that, because you never know. You need to live your life to the fullest. And I agree with you. Like you said, if you're a little nervous or precautious, put rubber gloves and the mask on, but don't shelter yourself and quit living your life because of a virus. This has happened before, back in the past, with, the flu and West Nile virus and everything else. And America's always gotten through it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand I understand it's spreading fast, but I don't understand what's the difference between now and, back in the day when the swine flu, was kind of like this.
Yeah.
I don't, that's what I don't personally understand. People are sheltering themselves and quit living their life over something that, has happened, this ain't the first time America's gone through something like this.
Right. Well, I think we'll get through it. We're resilient. We're going to get through it. We're going to get past this. How long it's going to take, I don't know. Will we fully recover? I don't know. But I think we'll get through this. And
I have 100% faith America will get through this.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you calling. I appreciate you calling, Corey. I want to give, if somebody has an opportunity to call in, if they have a comment that they want to add before we end this live feed. If any of you are watching this live feed and you would like to comment, the telephone number is 901-468-9032. If any of you would like to comment on this live feed. But anyway, we appreciate you, Corey. Thank you for calling in, okay?
Thank you very much, and God bless, and everybody be safe out there.
Okay, thank you, Corey. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
And that was Corey Wales out of Texas. And Corey made some very good points. He made some very good points. But again, I feel like if you're afraid, put on a mask, but again, it's easy for me to say that because I'm not in a position to, where I'm responsible for thousands of people. So,
he did, Chris. Corey made some excellent points. I think what our leadership for this country could do for us, doctors and the scientists, and I know they're working on it. I know they are from the reports and the stuff that I've seen. But as soon as we can get a test, let's just, if you will, like this, go to a store like you would buy a test for any type of other thing you're dealing with, like a pregnancy test, for example. Just be able to get a test, take it. Oh, negative, I don't have it. Or the test could indicate, yeah, I did have a strand of it, but the other part of the test said it's gone. If that was available right now to every human, it would give us a sense of just feeling a whole lot better about ourselves, our situations, and also help leadership to be able to decide, well, you know what, we can open up this business or this state, this city, this venue, whatever the case may be. So hopefully these tests should be coming out quickly. I hope. I think that'll ease a lot of minds.
Okay, good point, D-Lo. Let's go to the phone line. Go ahead, caller. You're live with Caliente. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris, how you doing? It's Dustin, man.
Hey, how you doing, Dustin?
Doing all right. Enjoying the topic y'all got going here. There's a lot of good points, a lot of good stuff's being made. I tend to agree with you on this one, Chris, that I think the president's on the right track for saying, hey, let's try to get it opened up by May, because the economy, we can't stand it. That's just going to hurt everybody for the long run. I know, life is valuable, but, from a pure numbers standpoint, this virus has not really been that deadly. It is catching a lot of people. Of course, to the individual who's got it, who has passed away, it's extremely, it's extremely bad numbers for the individual.
Right.
But as a society, that number's fairly low. I'm not real sure, why they decided to lock the whole economy down like they did. As Corey was saying, last caller, it's very strange that we've never done this in the past. This is something that's unprecedented for the whole world. Nobody's ever just shut everything down.
Yeah.
Now, part of what they're talking about with the herd immunity, where, the social distancing, the locking ourselves in, the shelter in place that we're doing, you're kind of isolating yourself from the virus, where people can't get enough of it out there to get enough of that, what they're calling that herd immunity, where it's going to help us get beyond it. They say they do let us out and they let things get back to rolling again. You got these people who've been in their homes locked away. They're going to get out there and be exposed to somebody who never know they had it. Well, boom, it's going to start right back up again, because nobody has had a chance to kind of get exposed to it and help themselves. I think a lot of people who got it, I think it was 98%, they recovered. A large percentage of people who have it recover from it.
Yeah, some people don't show no symptoms. Some people don't show no symptoms at all. And I've been hearing, I've been hearing that hospitals get a certain amount of money if a person actually die from corona, and if they was actually put on a ventilator and pass, they get even more money. I think I've been hearing. I don't know how accurate it is. It is. I've heard $18,000 if a person dies from coronavirus, and then if they was put on a ventilator and dies, $34,000. This is what I hear now. I haven't verified that because we hear a lot of things out there. So it seems like now people are not dying from heart attacks. They're not dying from CHF or COPD or high blood pressure or diabetes. Everything is every time somebody dies, always corona. And also, I've been hearing that even if a person was hit by an automobile and was taken into the hospital, and if they tested that person and that person had corona and they happened to die from that accident, the medical examiner is going to say that it was from the coronavirus. So, I've been hearing a lot of different things. You hear so much now with internet and television and this internet highway we have. So, you just hear so much and you don't know what to believe.
Now, here's one that I did find interesting. So, I'm still going to work every day. So I'm talking to people every day. A lady, one of her family members, has recently passed from, she said it was from leukemia. They knew it was leukemia. They've had the leukemia. They were on the downhill slide. That was it. They were done. But at the very end, they also contracted coronavirus. So they classified it as a coronavirus death.
Right.
Now the problem is, it's a problem for the family, and I don't know if it's a problem for the insurance company. Insurance company doesn't want to pay out on the policy for the death due to cancer, because it's not a cancer death now, it's a coronavirus death, so they don't want to pay out on it.
Wow.
So I think there's also incentives or things behind it to do for the medical, not for the medical, but for the insurance side, the other side, to claim everything's corona related, so they can get kickback from the government, how it is, like you're saying, and also they don't have to make these payouts saying, no, it wasn't cancer, it was coronavirus that killed them, and the whole family knows, look, we knew they were about to die. It was just, they just happened to catch us at the end.
Right.
So there's some weird things going on with all this, and it's, I've been watching and paying attention. The hydroxychloroquine, the whole medicine that they're trying to get released. A lot of folks say it works fine. They don't really know for sure. They don't have all the evidence, but everybody that's tried it seems to recover. I'm sure there are some things, but you know, I know folks that have other doctors. You can't get it to prescribe it. You just can't get it. So it's like they got 30 million doses out there, but where is it? You know, I don't really understand. There's a lot going on with this. And to the stimulus package point, you know, you're right on that. To some people, that's everything. Just like, you know, for what we're talking about with the sickness, the one person that gets it and dies from it, well, that's a life changing for them. That's a bad thing. That's it. It's over. The rest of us, it's not a big deal. Same thing with the stimulus package. You know, some folks that's going to be everything for them. You know, and it may be maybe they can just spend $300 each week for a month for food, and they still don't pay no bills. But you know, of course, everybody wants to try and pay your bills for it. But I don't really know where it's going to come in, where it's going to help some folks. And other, you know, I'm fortunate enough that it didn't really. Of course, I already got it, and it's already gone. Everybody knows that. That watches Facebook, they know what I did with it. I got a new seat coming, so I just like a rubber in my back account. It bounced in and went right back out. But
so let me ask you this question, Dustin. Do you think that you saying that the $1,200 stimulus money, you don't think that's much for a person that's behind on their bills? Do you think that's going to really help them out?
I think it depends. I think it really depends on the person. I think it could be a huge lifeline for somebody depending on how you use it and where your mindset is. If it's a person that's behind on their bills, you know, they're not making that car now, paying the light bill. If they're really behind, well, where's the money for their food coming from? Where are they getting that? So maybe now, okay, well, you know, I can't pay my bills, but, you know, thank God I can go buy food for my family now because I got $1,200. That's going to last me a while. I can worry about the bills later.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of folks in that boat where they can't pay the bills. And I think a lot of people probably don't care. They're just like, you know, ain't nothing I can do about it. They know that something's going to come about. But that $1,200, that'll sure get you a lot of food. Now, if you can find it, what's up? It ain't gonna do nothing for toilet paper, but it's gonna get you some food. So I think that's kind of the big thing that a lot of people might be learning from this. But when you're facing one of the people on the panel earlier said that, you know, what did we learn from this? I think that people are gonna learn to be a little bit more self-reliant. And you know, we all joke about it, but I guarantee you, people from now on, they're gonna buy 2 months worth of toilet paper at a time. They're gonna stay stocked up.
Right.
This is an example, one of those things. You're gonna think about what you're doing in the future going forward. Of how do I conduct my pantry in my house? How do I keep my food? What's important to keep on hand? Because another pandemic's coming, another one's coming, and another one's coming, and it's going to keep happening. That's just we see it. It's every 4 to 8 years something's been popping up.
Yeah.
So people, I think, are going to start taking this more serious and really being prepared for it. But that's a rough one. The 1,200, I think, you know, it could be real good for a lot of folks, and then for a lot of people, you know, like myself personally, you know, it was great. I loved it. It got me something good. If I didn't get it, it wouldn't have made a bit of difference. It wouldn't have done anything, you know, whether I did or didn't. It wasn't going to do anything. It didn't affect my life much. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do.
It didn't put you on easy street. It didn't put you on easy. It did not put you on easy street.
No, it did not. It's going to make my butt happy when that new seat comes in. But it didn't, for my financial situation, personal situation, it didn't really do much. But I know some people at work, you know, that are on the $10 to $12 an hour range. You know, some of the workers we have, I guarantee that $1,200 is going to make a huge difference for them. Down here in Mississippi, you know, people that live in a trailer, you know, trailer park or something like that, where their rent is, you know, $200, $300 a month. You know, there's 4 months worth of rent right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can make a big difference depending on who you are. You know, we got to think about that. You know, of course, the middle class is going to pay for it. We're going to pay for it just like we do for everything. The rich folks going to have all the loopholes. They're going to do what they do, and they're going to get rich off of it. The poor folks, they're going to get the handouts, and they're still going to get it, and we're going to pay for everybody. You know, that's just how it is. We accept that. That's where we're at. And that's our lot in life right now.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody's having to just make some changes in life now. I think everybody's having to readjust to, you know, to this coronavirus and how it's affecting everybody's lives. Everything is it's different. Everything is changing. The price of gasoline has gone down. I hadn't seen it that low since Bill Clinton was in office. So I mean, it's
that's true.
It's amazing. It's amazing the changes that we will see from this. So I think the big ones are yet to come.
Yeah.
That's what kind of really worries me is what's all this power that these governors and these mayors and the president and politicians, all this power that people are suddenly get thrust upon them to, kind of put the whole economy in their hands. You really think they're going to be ready just to give that up real fast? I don't think so. That's the one that really worries me. Is how long do they want to hold on to this? We're telling you what you can and can't do. This is really working out because they're getting their social engineering, so to speak.
Yeah.
To go. That's what worries me when they start cutting down. Like you can't go to church services on a drive-through like they did in Greenville, Mississippi. And there's certain things they cutting out.
Yeah.
That's a lot of power that a person has, and I think power gained. A lot of times people don't want to give that back up. So that's what I think we really need to look out for. Really be careful of.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, Dustin, man. Thank you for calling. Okay.
You bet. Y'all have a great night. I appreciate y'all putting on the show and the panel. Thanks to everybody on the panel too. I appreciate y'all. We don't get to talk as much as I would like, but y'all's input is valuable, and I appreciate y'all coming in and putting it out there for everybody.
God bless you, Dustin. God bless you.
Have a blessed one, Dustin. Yes, sir.
All right, Dustin.
Have a good night.
All right. Thanks, Dustin. Appreciate you. And like I said, we're doing it live. We're doing a live feed. We're going to probably take one more caller. We're going to wrap this up in just about a couple more minutes. If anybody would like to call in, 901-468-9032. And we're just seeing a lot of changes now that we've never seen before. If you're watching a lot of the programs now, they're doing exactly what we're doing right now. They're doing their programs, doing a live feed just prior to the coronavirus actually hitting, and prior to the country being shut down. I was doing this video cast. I was actually doing this video cast. Stand by, caller. And now when you turn on the television, you will see a lot of the programs now are set up just the way that I have this set up here today. I was watching a show today where they was doing their show from home. Even some of the newscasters are now doing their show from home. So we're ever changing. We're constantly changing, but we're gonna try to stay ahead of the curve. But anyway, we're gonna take this last caller. Go ahead, caller. You're live with Caliente in the Caliente Garage. Go ahead.
How you doing? I'd like to say good evening to you, Chris, and your panel here. I definitely want to say your panel has touched on a lot of good topics. I'm here in New York City. I'm in the epicenter. I'm in the middle of it.
Okay. Yeah,
it's tough. And my wife recently was on oxygen a week ago, and God has blessed me, and she's off oxygen and she is home. So I count my blessings every day, and I want to pass on blessings to all of humanity and to everyone's family, including your panel here. But I want to touch on a few things. Like one of the things that bothers me is the fact that if you look at our manufacturing, we need to bring that back to the U.S. We need to bring that back home.
Great.
Say it again.
Other individuals in other countries for our livelihood. And to me, that bothers me. We have a deficiency with American products. You can't get hand sanitizer, you can't get masks, you can't get ventilators.
Right, let me say this thing. Let me jump in for a second. I'm gonna give you back the microphone. And you're absolutely right. So many of our resources have moved overseas to China because the labor is cheap. Everything that I have an old joke, and I said China owns America. And the reason why I say that in a joking way is because everything now is made out of China. I'm even hearing that these test kits for the coronavirus is made out of China. Now, is that true? I don't know if it is or isn't, but that's what I hear. The shoes on your feet is out of China. Your phone, your television, all of your electronics, your refrigerator, your microwave, your clothes. Everything is being manufactured overseas. We need to bring the jobs back to America.
Well, there are a lot of things that we can do, and we got to push our statesmen. And as someone also said on the side here, on the side note, that we do need statesmen. We do need our politicians to, visit those issues I know it's a lot more complex than us making this decision here, but we really need them to step up. The other subject of them opening up our economy, and this economy is not going to jumpstart in 1 day, 2 days, 1 week.
Right.
If I'm gonna tell you something, when I took my wife to the hospital told me to leave the premise and go home. It's a hurting feeling. You don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
You don't even know if you're going to see that person again.
What part of New York are you in?
I'm in Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn. Okay.
And it's bad here. I have never experienced, and I'm a military veteran as well, and I'm a Gulf War vet. But when you have your wife, when you're at the mercy of God, all you can do is pray. And my prayers were answered. And I'm blessed to say that. But if we open it up, I feel that one life is one life too many. If we open up too early and this virus takes too many lives unnecessarily because we choose money over life. That's just my personal opinion. I also want to touch my wife, a hospital administrator. I did ask her when you were talking about the hospitals get money.
Right.
Yes, they get money from insurance companies. They also get stimulus from the government because you got to remember, some people when they go in, they don't have insurance.
Right.
And the hospitals are looking to just get the people that are sick and nurse them back to the point where they can go home. Because here in New York, they don't have enough beds, oxygen, and ventilators. So as soon as my wife, as well as I work for MTA, we have over 70 individuals that are deceased now because of this virus. And we have to go out there and make sure that we get the police officers and the nurses and the doctors with the buses and the trains to work. So we put our lives on the line. And we have over 70 individuals. My last count was 77 when I last looked at the names. And to me, it hurts if we have to go to 78 or even if we even approach 80. So I'm going to cut it short. I could sit here and go on and on. That $1,200, I don't know if that's good. For some people, it's going to be a matter of life and death as far as eating.
Right.
And then putting food on the table.
Right.
So to other people, it's not going to make a difference. And here, the average rent anywhere from $1,800 to $2,500. What is $1,800 going to do?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah. The price of living in New York, in New York, I hear, is ridiculous. It's crazy. So $1,200 in New York, it's like $100.
That's true, Chris. That's true. Brother, this is the D-Lo from Las Vegas. I got family in Brooklyn and I got family in Queens. And my heart goes out to you and your family. Prayers from Las Vegas. So I definitely feel your impact here in Las Vegas because I got family there too, bro.
We all in this together. We all one family. This virus doesn't discriminate.
Right.
That's for sure.
And James,
that's what everyone has learned.
We're going to be praying for you and your wife, man. We're going to be praying for your family.
Amen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. And I'm taking no prayers, my brothers. I'm taking no prayers.
Thank
you.
I
want to say good night, and Chris, just keep that fellowship going that you have going, my brother.
Okay, thank you, James. Let me ask you before you go, James.
Yes, sir.
How long you been watching my videos?
Oh man, I've been watching your videos. It'll be 3 years soon.
3 years.
I've been watching your videos more than 2 years.
Okay.
I've upgraded my bike. I'm gonna tell you, you helped me up. You helped me make a lot of decisions on my bike, and that's what I love about you. See, you keep the fellowship going across the board, whether you're helping a brother with his bike. And you know what? One of the things I love that you preach is each one teach one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently had to help a brother Bluetooth his bike.
Right.
And he's happy, you know, he's a happy guy right now. He's loving his bike. He loves his bike even more, as a matter of fact.
Right. What kind of bike? What kind of bike you ride, James?
I have a Gold Wing. I have a 2015, and I love my bike. I mean, I've lights to the LEDs.
Okay.
As well, I've the sequential light. I've got the daytime running lights, the fog lights. So I've done a lot to my bike, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I love my bike. I love my bike.
Okay. How did you find my vids, James?
How did I find your vid? I don't. You know what? In all honesty, I don't remember how I found your vid, but
okay.
I got hooked.
Okay.
Your videos are addictive.
Thank you, James.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm being straightforward. I'm being brutally honest. Your videos are addictive.
Thank you.
And then sometimes it gets to the point where I'm kind of eager for the next one to come out.
Oh, okay. And I get that a lot. I've actually been almost threatened, saying if you stop making videos, I'm gonna come after you. In a joking way. In a joking way. So
I'm just gonna say this. Next time you get to threat, call me. I can send all the Brooklyn guys, okay?
I got you, man. I appreciate Brooklyn having my back, man.
As they say, Brooklyn's in the house.
James, are you dark-sided?
And also, let me say this here. Let me put this out here for you guys. I'm wearing the official Caliente. Hope you guys can see that.
Yeah, we can see it.
This is the new shirt.
It's the new one?
It's the new one. It's going to be going up on the website. I may even put it up there tonight if I get the opportunity. If you guys want to get your new Caliente shirt, it's going to be on the website.
James, are you dark-sided, James?
What you say, D-Lo? Hold on. What was you fixing to say, D-Lo?
Is there anything on the back of the shirt too, Chris?
No, there's nothing on the back, but we can put it on the back and on the front.
Okay.
It's just a small logo on the front. This is the official Chris Caliente shirt. It's not gonna have the Gold Wing Riders on there. It just says Chris Caliente.
Nice.
I just want to show you guys.
Yeah, I think D. Carlos was asking if Brother James was double dark side or if he was dark sided. You still there, James?
No, I'm still here. Let me just say this. I spoke to Chris before on one of his other live feeds, and I am not dark-sided. However, I support dark-sided. That's your choice. I'm not anti-dark-sided. I love my tires that I have, and listen, I'll ride with any of you brothers, whether you're dark-sided or not, and I don't care what you ride.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Hey, be safe out there, James. Be safe, bro.
I appreciate it, my brother, and you guys likewise. Just be safe, and you guys, your families, stay blessed, and I'll say prayers for all of you guys as well. Take care and good night.
Hey, James, take me some pictures of your bike.
James.
You got it, my brother.
All right. Be blessed, brother. Stay safe.
All right.
All right. Thank you. And that was James out of Brooklyn, New York. And I appreciate him calling in. And I get that a lot. A lot of people watch the videos. And it's often said that I should have more subscribers than I have, but that's okay. I appreciate that, everybody that I do have. So, and I just like to thank all of you guys for being on the panel. You guys have anything else you would like to say before we end this video feed?
I got something, Chris. What colors of shirts come in? They come in just white? You got white or black?
I got white, gray, and I'm going to be adding some more colors. Soon I'm going to be adding blue, navy blue. I'm going to be adding sky blue. So I'm going to be adding some more colors. The shirt is beautiful, Charles. You got us, man. It's
those are those the dry wick shirt?
Yes, those are moisture wicking shirts.
Oh yeah, I gotta have.
Chris, what do you think about that red shirt? What do you think
I wasn't gonna say nothing, D-Lo. That candy red, it gotta get something to match the bike. I don't know why he playing with this gray and red, and I'm gonna add some more colors. Gotta get that red.
If your bike is that the color of your bike, Composure?
Yeah, Candy, look at that bike behind Chris. That's the color of my bike right there.
Boy,
why he playing?
That's pretty too. That's
pretty.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Look at D-Lo.
I want me one of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all made me turn the light on. Look at that Candy.
Look at it.
Candy. Look at it gleaming. Look at
blinded
that
me.
trunk.
It's blinded. It's blinded me.
Man.
Just the
Woo.
glisten. Just the glistening.
And
I'm sort of jealous of y'all. I'm jealous of y'all, man.
I haven't even waxed. I haven't waxed.
You ain't putting no wax on. It's just a wash.
Wax on it.
I hear you.
That bad boy.
That's it.
I could eat off of it. Ooh, that bad boy clean, y'all.
Hey, stop touching that bike like that. You might scratch it. Don't do that. Don't touch that bike like that.
Chris, let me know when them shirts go up, when you put them up.
It's Caliente. And I'm gonna have hats as well.
Sounds good.
You guys want to get in on that? So hopefully we can get this country opened up so we can get the ride. And I got some ride I want to do.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I got people to see.
It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah. If
Are
anybody
you still gonna offer the other shirts too, Chris, or no? You gonna discontinue those?
No. Yes. I'm
Okay.
still gonna have those too. So you can get the Chris Caliente or you can get the Gold Wing Riders.
I look forward to it, especially not dropping a hint, but I'm gonna drop a hint, especially when you make it in red. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna add the gray. I'm gonna add the blue. Why you playing, Chris? The red got to should have been the first one he said.
Look at that. Don't that look good?
I hear you.
Make it.
Thank
you. Imagine that shirt in red, boy. Woo,
that doesn't toot his own horn. His horn may not get tooted.
Correct. Correct.
Man. Well, we're going to go ahead and end this video, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you, Wes, out there in D.C.
All right.
D-Lo and all.
Hey, guys, I got one thing to add. And I'm just going to be done for the evening. Guys, I just want to make this point. Take this time to love on your queens, on your babies.
Yes.
Don't let another pandemic be why we spend the time and tell people and reach out to each other. We shouldn't have to have a panel like we have, which I'll be blessed to have you guys and get to meet you guys and things like that. But we should love on each other, especially when we got this time to be at home with our loved ones. So just continue to love on your queens and I appreciate you guys, man, and till the next time.
Likewise. Chris, can I make one suggestion? Can you please tell D-Lo to quit showing out, trying to? Can you? Yeah, that's what I'm. Can you? I mean, he want to be Mr. Humble and friends, and
I don't know.
And then he want to. See, that's what I'm talking about. Man, that looks good, D-Lo. That looks good, my brother. Likewise, my brother. That looks good.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get a. Let me.
Hey, Composer.
Chris, you hadn't even seen it. You hadn't even seen it, Chris.
Sometimes you gotta ignore people, Composer, because I didn't see it until you said something. Sometimes you gotta ignore people.
Man, I'm with man. D-Lo, see that? Y'all got man.
Y'all doing it, man. Y'all doing it. I hear you. Man. Y'all inspired me.
Man, look here, you be around Chris so much, man, he'll rub off on you.
Yep.
I get you. You want to talk about a stimulus? You better have. We need a stimulus to ride with Caliente. That's what we need.
You told me about 1,500.
When I look at these programs now that's doing their programs and they're using a program like what we're using to do their TV shows and to do their radio shows and to do their talk shows and to do the news, that kind of makes me feel good because, prior to the country shutting down, they wasn't doing it.
Nope.
Wasn't doing it. And
right.
I'm not saying I'm the first, but I implemented doing this type of
platform.
Yeah, platform, right. Video feed from the garage. And now I turn on the television and now you can see television programs.
Everybody use the same.
So yeah. So it makes you go, wow, but that just goes to show you, the changes that this world is coming to.
That's funny you mentioned that, Chris, because last week I had a video conference with my doctor, and it actually was pretty good. I was wondering, okay, I'm not there. I'm pretty much face to face, eye to eye type of guy, old school. But actually, the video conference, seeing him seeing me, it was really good. It was. We were able to establish some things that I needed to work on as far as my health. And you know, meeting with him, it was perfect. So you're right. This video thing is it's the future. It's what's up. It really is.
And it's the vision that I've had before the coronavirus, even before we even was thinking about the word coronavirus. This is actually the vision that I had. And
that's a beautiful thing.
It actually implemented. You know, it puts a smile on my face. And so when I turn on the television and I see the talk shows doing it from home and they're using video to do their, you know, their talk show, it just makes me feel good. It just makes me feel good.
That's all right.
I put a lot into this. A lot of people don't realize it, but I put a lot. So I just appreciate all of you guys, man. But I think what the world, everybody needs to pray. But what the world needs is love.
That's right.
What the world is love. So we're gonna go ahead and end it. It's getting late. I know some of you got to go to work in the morning. I know we have a lot of people tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Be sure to watch the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And any important links, I will put them in the description of this video. So remember, what the world needs is love. We're going to get on out of here, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb, and there are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there is just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. And there are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Won't you listen, Lord, if you wanna